Yeah, you want to get into that knockout stage. You have to absorb some blows and land some even better ones. It's not for the faint of heart.
Now Golden State's starting five. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Kuminga steps in at the 4 with Green sliding up to center. A nice shot by Brown.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
And there's the bucket from Kuminga.
Yeah, Kuminga is a guy who does not back down. In fact, he tries to go through you.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Had a chance to catch up with Michael Malone. Now, I asked Coach what the game plan was when it comes to defending Jimmy Butler. And he said to me, we have to make sure we match his energy level. Jimmy is one of those guys that goes all out every second. We want our guys to do the same on D. It won't be easy, but they think they found a way to contain him. Guys?
Thank you, David. Porter outside. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Curry against Murray. Curry with it. Trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Phoenix. 5 on the clock. Green bounce pass. And Kuminga throws it down.
With some enthusiasm, Kuminga saw his chance to dunk it. He took it.
To the paint. It's stolen by Hield. Jacks up a 3. The putback. It's good on the putback. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Outside Gordon. Right at the free throw line. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2.
Just a bit of a rut here early. Just 1 of 4 so far.
Curry's shot is off.
Oh, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Murray, the pass to Brown. Denver passing it around. Here's Jokic. There's Porter with the 3. It's rebounded by Kuminga.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
They need this one. And Jokic with the basket on the assist from Porter.
Now, so polished in his all-around game. I'm not surprised to see Jokic roaring down there on the fast break.
Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46 and 36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
And as the group stage starts to wind down, here's what the standings look like so far.
And I'll tell you what, how about the level of excitement this tournament has brought to the NBA regular season? Can't wait to see how it finishes up.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Jokic against Green. And Curry has it in the corner. Kuminga sends a screen for Curry. 4 on the clock, and the Warriors miss again. And it's Porter with the ball for Denver. The 11-footer bounces high off the rim and drops.
Well, you give up any kind of space like that to Jamal Murray, even from the mid-range, he'll torch you.
Takes a step back. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Golden State needs to get off a shot, and he comes up with the deuce.
Now, Draymond did a good job of getting some space there and rooting himself to collect.
Pass to Brown. Back to Murray, and he converts the layup. Murray's got his second bucket of the night.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Curry dishes to Green. Hield against Murray. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Healed the pass to Green. Kuminga sends a screen for Green. A three-pointer is right on target. Green's got 5.
Well, he's doing such a good job of reading the defense coming out of the pick and roll and recognizing what's going on the floor.
Kuminga against Gordon. Pass to Brown. 6 to shoot. Jokic with this screen on Curry. Here's Brown. From outside, off the mark. The Warriors have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Another 3 for Golden State.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Jokic kicks to Gordon. Murray outside. Jokic with this screen on Curry. On the wing, Murray. Guarded by Curry. A nice shot by Brown.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Hield can't hit. Last outing for Denver, they won that game against the Clippers in L.A.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road, take good shots, and knock them down with confidence.
Well, awesome to see in that last game how the motion in their offense didn't stop because they were in some hostile territory.
Murray into the lane. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. He's got 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Russell Westbrook in for Jamal Murray. Then for the Warriors, Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Green. Gary Payton comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Hield. Left side Curry. Here's Jackson-Davis. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
And he can't get the first one. And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. You look at the Nuggets. This is probably their last game in the NBA Cup. They have a 1-2 record in the group stage.
Well, in the Cup, the margins are so small. They were 2-1 instead of 1-2, and we'd be talking about a possible advance for them.
And then the situation for Golden State. Up 2-1, they have a chance to put themselves in a great position tonight.
Yeah, if they win this game 4, odds are they'll advance to the next round of the Cup. But it's going to be tough here on the road.
For 3, Westbrook off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Really nothing distracting Russell Westbrook right now. He's got that shooting window wide open.
Pass to Looney. Here's Jackson-Davis. Jokic defending. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that have really been controlling the boards during the past month. The Nuggets in second, and third, the Warriors.
what a run it's been for both of these clubs in terms of their rebounding. Two physical teams on a collision course here tonight.
It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Brent, is probably come to a close.
Yeah, I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. How fast can they bring those kids along to championship caliber players? That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games.
And here's Denver. They're on a 9-1 run. Pass to Jordan. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Shoots over Podziemski. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, it's a cliche, but the Nuggets certainly have strong values. Coach Michael Malone says open and honest conversation. That's the best way to have a real team. We talk about family a lot in our locker room. Families don't always get along, but they have to communicate. All the guys that are willing to speak up, that's invaluable. Kevin?
You can't put a price on it, David. Thank you. For three, George grabs the board.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Payton outside. They get the rebound, so they take the lead. And the Warriors lead by 1.
Kind of a simple job for Looney out there, but he's willing to do it. Gets into the middle and fights for that board.
Saric with the screen for Westbrook. Back to Saric. Here's the three. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Here's Podziemski. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
And how about the control on Payton's shot that time? He had it dialed in.
Left side, Westbrook. And the layup's good off the glass. Westbrook's got 5. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
And there's the call on Dario Saric. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. 13 foul.
Here's Podziemski. He's covered by Westbrook to the middle and stolen by Jordan.
Well, a little head scratcher there, guys. There's no reason to force the ball inside like that. I understand the thought process, but the pass just has to be better.
Now, here's Moody. He's covered by Watson. Here's Podziemski. The three-pointer, no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Back to Saric. There's the three. Warriors with the rebound. This the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season. Here's Moody. The shot from the low post is good. And the Warriors lead by 1. The Nuggets shooting 47% from the field to start things off. Pass to Westbrook. Here's Strother. Stolen. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. Podziemski with it. Three-pointer. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Podziemski's got his second basket of the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Outside Westbrook. Pops it up for Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's where he's a huge threat to complete any sort of alley-oop. You could throw that at the top of the square, and DJ's going to throw it in.
Here's Podziemski. He's covered by Westbrook. To the inside. Here's Jackson Davis. Nails the baby hook.
And they repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And that does it for the first quarter. Warriors lead by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. Porter is out there with Gordon, and it's Watson in at the 3. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second.
What a setup for Kuminga. All he has to do is rise up and throw it down.
Deep 2 from Murray. The Warriors pull it in.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
The Nuggets trail by 6. Pass to Watson for the 3. Here's Porter. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Porter's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, Porter working very hard to keep the play alive and come up with some point production.
The inside game of Stephen Curry.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Murray against Curry. Gordon with the screen from Murray. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
You just wonder where Jamal Murray is going to go. This guy is a terrific combo guard.
Warriors leading by 4. Pass to Kuminga. Podziemski on the wing. Rebound by Murray.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Porter, no luck.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Fires for 3. Rebound by Murray. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. 4-point game. They can look forward to the Cavaliers after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Shot clock at 6. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Jamal Murray's such a natural scorer, and right now getting in and finishing on a physical play like that one.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
Denver making a switch here. Jokic is checked in. And it's all said and done. Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
Curry crashes inside.
And that's Curry showing some of that toughness, not going to shy away from contact.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Outside Gordon. Murray kicks to Gordon. Murray looking around. Shoots over Curry. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Murray's got 11 points.
And Murray getting it going on the inside that time. Around the trees, still scored.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
You take a look at Jokic. He's all the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans and the media know that he is one of the premier long-distance shooters in the league today.
And, Kevin, not to take anything away from the other facets of his game, but let's face it, that three-point shooting is what puts him on a whole nother level.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
Hield from outside. And the Warriors miss again.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger. And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Outside, Green. Kuminga kicks to Hield. Green with a screen for Hield. For Murray. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Got that bucket in no time at all. And it's a 6-point Nugget lead.
This quarter belongs to him, and that... That's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Hield outside. Kuminga screen on Murray. Hield from outside. And Kuminga throws it down.
Some textbook execution in the screening roll. Kuminga knowing exactly where to get to ahead of time.
Murray finds Jokic. Now Gordon. Here's Murray. Jokic with the screen on Curry. Lets it go from the wing. Murray, no good. Warriors trail by 4. Green dishes to Kuminga. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. All right, Brent, quick. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jonathan Kuminga.
Physicality, Kevin. I mean, this guy is so dominant athletically that Jonathan Kuminga is a presence out on the floor. If he continues to put himself in the situations where he can put his body on guys and play fearlessly, his game is going to continue to grow.
Trace Jackson Davis is checked in for Draymond Green. Gordon against Kuminga. Now here's Gordon. Defense is right there. Here's Brown. His three-pointer is off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Porter with the steal. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Hield.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Pass to Moody. Outside, Kuminga. Now here's Curry. Fires from way outside. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Denver leading by 4. Brown the pass to Westbrook. Going inside and finished off by Westbrook.
Look, I know some guys are going to dunk, but when it's Westbrook, man, he fires up his teammates.
Now Curry. He has 7. Puts up a deep three. Curry laser-guided shot from deep range.
This is why Steph Curry is virtually unguardable. When he's sinking those kind of shots, it just devastates you defensively.
Jokic's screen. Here's Brown. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Jordan comes in for Jokic, and it's Saric in for Aaron Gordon. Then for the Warriors, Kevon Looney comes in for Kuminga, and it's Payton in for Stephen Curry. Pass to Moody. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. The Nuggets third.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing that trend.
Podziemski, he's checked in for the Warriors. Moody hits them both.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Here's Strother, covered by Payton. Back to Westbrook. It's tipped. It's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. A moment here now to see the numbers for Aaron Gordon.
In the last 5 games, you can see a trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Watson, he's checked in for Denver. Here's Westbrook. And the rebound.